Hey everyone, welcome back to the Go to Combat podcast.
You cut me off,
I
you
did
dirty
not. I
son
did
of
not.
a... I was supposed to do the
cut you off.
podcast. Okay.
No, you weren't supposed to do the podcast.
It's fine.
We're here talking about Tarkir Dragonstorm, which is a new set. If you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen no spoilers. So, warning spoilers in this video. We're going to be talking about it. So, first, 5-star review. You better. Also, listen to this whole podcast, then go listen to us on YouTube because that's what good viewers do.
Sounds like a lot of work, but it is what good viewers would do.
On iTunes, even if you have an Android phone, download iTunes. What's it, Apple Podcasts? Or is it iTunes?
I think it's Apple.
Yeah. I mean, we're available everywhere. You know, we're on Pinterest, we're on Pornhub, we're everywhere at this point. So Blue Sky, we're just link in the description. Just go to the link tree and go down there. We're on YouTube. Go to Combat MTG. You don't exist.
If you go to coordinates like 1.5 latitude over like 2.5 longitude, you're gonna find our podcast. Dig a little bit in the dirt there.
Yeah, we're on Kick. We're on both KIK and KICK. So we're there.
Okay.
There's two. There's a difference.
I never seen the difference.
Well, you know, Kick was an old messaging app. Anyways, we just got done playing a whole entire session of D&D, so we're pretty kicked.
I mean, I didn't get kicked. You did by a horse.
Yeah, I got kicked by a horse.
Well, a mule. But same concept.
Well, it was a war horse mixed with a mule, so it was a horse.
Yeah, it knocked you down.
Yeah, I was trying to ride it, and I smacked it with a stick. I'm not very good at animal handling, so it didn't work. So, you know how that goes. I was on it, and it was bucking, and then 4 bugbears came out of nowhere and tried killing us, and I died.
We did hear something before that, before you jumped on the horse.
Right. Well, yeah, but I was kind of hoping the horse would be friendly, and we could just run at the thing, and the horse could kill it. The horse actually did save my life, so I owe the horse my life.
It was impressive.
It was kind of crazy.
You were knocked down. Horse punted a bugbear.
And
then you rolled a natural 20 on
my
your
death saves and just got back up. And then acid splashed and killed him.
Yeah, it was
almost killed him. I hit him to 1 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Not the horse, the bugbear, of course.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're done talking about D&D. This isn't a D&D podcast. This is a Magic the Gathering podcast. I'm talking about cards and stuff.
Yeah, like Elspeth.
Elspeth the Stormslayer. No, there's no the. It's just Elspeth Stormslayer, legendary planeswalker Elspeth. This is 3 generic, 2 white. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many are created instead. This is just an owner procession, but on Elspeth. And you can +1, you create a 1/1 white soldier token, but with Elspeth, you create 2. And that's a 0. Put a +1 counter on each creature you control. They gain flying into a turn. Pretty good. -3, destroy target creature and opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. A lot of commanders are 3 or greater. Pretty good. You know, all around good planeswalker here. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I can see this going in a lot of my token decks.
First off, Jelly Blue Man.
Nah, yeah. It's got to go in there.
It's got to go in there. It's creating tokens. It's making them bigger. It's destroying stuff. It's everything I want in Jelly Blue Man. It's going in there.
Yeah, I could see it in Reese. Reese would be great.
Reese would be good. Yeah, it's creating tokens. Not elves, but it is buffing all of them, giving them flying, and also destroying stuff. So,
well, I mean, the token's going to be sweet.
Yeah, I mean, you just populate them. Yeah. I could see it being good in Reese.
Yeah, that'd be a really good one. Then we have, what else could I do? I could do like my Varen.
Varen?
No.
Varina?
Varina, yeah.
Varina, I was like, Varen? Varen doesn't create tokens.
She's also not even in that color, so
yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, Varina would be a good one for this.
Varina.
I make a bunch of little
dudes.
Little guys.
Yeah, I think this card's sweet. Probably going to be seeing play in a good amount of my decks. It is running for $40, so, you know.
You just cycle it out, just... put it in one, take it out.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'll do.
Or you can do what you normally do.
What?
Buy like 15 of them.
Buy 15 of them and
put them
cry.
Put all 30 of your decks, yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you give this deck?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like a 2 center block and a briefcase with a Dorito on top.
I'm thinking about 2 chickens and a duck.
2 chickens and a duck. Yeah. The duck's not really going to build it that well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, down pillows and stuff like that.
They're So, all in all, pretty good card.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, we're moving on. We're done talking about Elspeth. She's boring. All right, next up we got Ugin, the Eye of the Storm. Legendary Planeswalker, Ugin. 7 generic mana. When you cast a spell, X up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Then whenever you cast a color spell, X up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. And then you can +2, gain 3 life and draw a card. +0, add 3 colorless mana. So he literally replaces 3 of the mana that you spent on him. So he's basically 4 mana.
Yep.
Then you can -11. Search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle. Until end of turn, you may play those cards without paying their mana cost. This card going into ready instantly. It's just good. Just search for all my artifacts and win.
Yeah, this thing's broke as
Dude,
all.
this thing is broken as hell, dude.
It's fairly
It's
broke.
really broken.
I like Ugin in general. He's always been a great
He's
card,
always just
but
broken
they did
his
something
crap.
different with this guy.
Yeah, like imagine Ugin, and like imagine I play something, like I have an artifact in my Duality deck that doubles the counters on something. Imagine you play this, and then you add the 3, and then use the 3 to double the counters, so here's up to 14. Well, I guess that wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to do that. But some way to get them up to past 11, and then you -11, search for all your colorless stuff. And then since you're playing Duretti, you have stuff that just makes everything cost 0.
Mm-hmm.
And you just play all of them, and you exile everybody's permanents that are 1 or more colors. You can't exile their lands because I don't think lands have color identity. Or do they? I don't know. Is a mountain considered red, or is it considered colorless? Do we know this? Do we know this information?
We got the judge out. It's colored.
Judge.
It has a color. It's
Do you think
red.
it's colored?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I don't know. Answer
That
the
being
question
said,
in the comments.
there are
There are
like,
colorless
like
lands.
Wasteland and there are
I
Urza
don't
cycles.
know. I don't know, man.
Those are colorless.
Do you think a mountain's not colorless? I guess you couldn't put a mountain.
It's colorless.
You
for
couldn't
sure.
put a mountain.
It's got its own bit, bro.
You couldn't put a mountain in like a forest deck, could you?
No.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know the rules. I don't even play Magic. I'm just here to talk about it.
I know I want to put this in a track. So I don't know what he'd do, but I know I can get his ultimate off instantly.
That'd be really funny. You could just like,
Well,
I'm searching for my Soul Ring, my
Right.
my Contagion Clasp, and my
Chrome
my
Mobs.
Ornithopter. like I'm searching for these 3 things that do nothing.
There's a few artifacts in there. I can't remember explicitly what they are, but
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
What's the Chain Veil?
Oh yeah, that
You definitely have Chain Veil in there. That'd be 7 mana. Search for Chain Veil is pretty bad, but
Well, I'd
it'd
be
be
able
pretty
to get
good.
it off in like 1 turn though. It would be the fun thing.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'd
you
have him up to that 11 tick after the turn.
Yeah,
and then he would be able to pop off.
I mean, this is just a win more card for that deck because you're literally you're playing every single card, every Planeswalker for free at this point because you're just making 15 billion mana with some bull crap, and then they all ultimate, and you take infinite turns, and you win. That's what Atraxa does. I don't like Atraxa.
It's Super Friends Atraxa. It's the best way
Plus
to build her.
1/+1 counter Atraxa is much more superior and fun.
In my
to play against.
experience. Yeah, I was just say I whipped that +1 hard.
Dude, yeah, the +1/+1 counter is funner. Funner? Is funner a word?
Funnest.
Funnest?
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Okay. It's okay. We're done talking about Ugin. What are we giving this card? I'm giving it like 3 cinder blocks and a briefcase.
I'd go 5 briefcases, man.
5, just straight 5 briefcases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take that right to your business trip and you're gonna kill it.
Yeah. Okay. There is no system to this rating. There is no number system. If you don't understand, you don't understand. You're just gonna be in the dark the whole time. Figure it out.
If you listen long enough, eventually you may figure out what the code is. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
You
gonna be a
might.
challenge.
3 cinder blocks and a Dorito seems pretty good for this deck.
Yeah.
For this card, specific card.
Yeah, I think so.
Or 5 briefcases.
They're pretty close to the same value. So
Or you
yeah, it
could
should
go
be
10
fine.
Doritos.
Yeah, I guess you could do 10. That's fine.
And then if you didn't figure out the scale off of that, well,
Yeah.
comment down below. I don't know what the heck the scale is, man. Help me out.
Maybe go back to like 4th grade or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, whatever. Anyways, next card. What are we talking about here? Voice of Victory. CDH staple. Automatically probably going in a good bit of CDH decks. It's pretty good. All right, let's actually talk about it instead of just be like, oh, yeah, it's CDH. This is Voice of Victory. 1 generic and a white. Creature. Human Bard. Love Human Bard. Best thing to play in D&D.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Human Bard.
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
I do love
mobilize
a bard.
has mobilized 2. Whenever this creature attacks,
Attack? What?
Yeah, whenever it attacks, you create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens, and you sacrifice them at the beginning of your end step. And then it says your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, and it's a 1/3 for 2. It's like Grand Abolisher, but Grand Abolisher also shuts off like activated abilities, and this is like less color restrictive, so it's kind of just like whatever, kind of balances out there.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying this is good for Temna. Yay, woo! Another good cards get gooder.
Yeah. I see more like my Tesa putting this in there.
Putting Tesa in there just for the token part?
Well, no, not necessarily, because I like to sacrifice things in that deck. And if I just have these out that are going to sack anyways,
Yeah.
if I have my Phyrexian Altar or something on the field already, I'm just sacking that for free mana.
Yeah. You care about the tokens more than the opponents can't cast spells.
Well, yeah, that, and if I had like my Butcher Malakir out, then I'm just sacking these little guys.
And nobody can do anything because they can't cast spells on your turn.
Oh, it's great.
So no Psych Rift. Screw you, Psych Rift, especially if you're playing casual.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people might just run this in casual just for the tokens. 2 mana, whenever it attacks, you create 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see a lot of value
I might
coming
put
out
this
of
in
that.
Arabella.
Yeah,
It'd
it'd
be
do great.
good. You trigger this first, and then you do a bit Arabella, and then you get... It's also a 1/3, so it fits perfectly with Arabella's power.
Throw the Elspeth in there.
The Elspeth, then, might as well.
Because then you're getting 4 of them.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
There's one that I wanted to talk about, Redoubled Storm Singer. I didn't put it in the list, but it's a red card that whenever you attack, you create a token for each token you created this turn. And it's first strike. It's 4 mana, 3 in a red, I think.
Are they sacking at the end, or
They sack at the end, yeah.
Okay.
So like whenever this creature attacks, you create that many tapped and attacking.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's from the commander set. For some reason it wasn't on here, but it's cool. But anyways, let's talk about Voice of Victory. I think we already talked about it. It's good. It's gonna probably see play in CDH. I don't think I'll play it in casual. Like I said, maybe the few fringe cases, maybe Arabella, and you said maybe Tesa.
I think it'd be funny in that. Yeah, because I mean they like to do attacking in both of those, so that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe I'll put an Ish in.
And I mean, just the two mana cost and being able to shut down opponents' abilities to interact with you on your turn. That's solid.
Yeah, Grand Abolish does the same thing. It's just 2 white instead of one in a white.
More restrictive, man.
It is more restrictive, especially I think a lot of CDH decks don't really play white as their primary color. I think a lot of them just splash white.
Yeah.
So they don't really have a whole lot of white sources. So this is probably going to be a lot better than. It's going to be better and worse than Grand Abolisher. It's like I said, it's kind of, the evens out.
Yeah. The Bard's what does all the evening.
Yeah, the Bard part is what's really important about this card. Everything else is kind of bad. Just because it's a Bard, it's why it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2
Yeah.
Doritos in a briefcase.
2 Doritos in a briefcase?
Yeah.
For casual?
Yeah.
Okay. For CDH, I'm probably giving this 3 cinder blocks and a Dorito.
You think so?
For CDH, yeah. It's probably one of the better stack pieces that's been printed recently.
Okay.
Like you probably run like Grand Abolisher, Voice of Victory, and probably like Ranger Captain of EOS.
Right.
If you're not doing heavy stacks, you're just doing like stacks that are good. Because this goes in Temna decks, I think, automatically.
Well, if we're talking about stacks, it probably should just be 10 Doritos.
10 Doritos.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's a lot more stacks.
Yeah, I think for me this card's just crickets, man.
Oh,
It's
sad.
It's cool. Like it's just like I want to see cool stuff. This is cool. It has the creature stuff. It's probably powerful though.
I like it.
What's
next?
Next. All right, we got another stacks piece.
Yeah.
Clarion Conqueror, 2 generic and a white. Flying, activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. It's a 3/3 dragon. I put this on here because it's a 3/3 for 3. That's a flying dragon.
And it has a little extra on top of
That lets people not be able to activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or planeswalkers.
It sounds awful to play against. And that's exactly what white wants to do.
Yeah, that's
You
what.
just get you an Azorius deck, throw this in there, and you're gonna have just a hell.
Just throw Voice of Victory and this in there. Just throw all the stacks in there. I mean, I don't mind stacks. I've played against stacks decks. I don't really care. It's just like, all right, bro, we can't win. You can't win.
Everybody's just chilling here.
We're just gonna have to sit here and talk, I guess.
Yeah.
Might as well just turn this into a podcast.
So how was your day?
How's work? How's the kids? How's the wife?
Weather today type of situation.
Well, yeah, I like
this card.
especially on spell table. You're just like, wonderful weather we're having, isn't it?
No.
And you kind of get like you like straighten up your tie.
And just wait 3 hours for your turn.
Yeah, they're just like
just stalemate it.
Yeah, they pass and then they swing with all their creatures if they can, and then they pass and then nobody can do anything, and then they go back to their turn like, oh, I guess I'll swing with my 4/1/1s and eventually I'll kill you guys in 77 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Great. But this card, 2 briefcases and a Dorito.
Yeah, it's fair.
Just because it's
fair
a dragon.
Assessment. Yeah.
Just because it's a dragon.
Fair assessment.
That's the only reason why I put it on here, because it's a dragon that does stacksy stuff.
Oh. Yeah, I like that one. Yep.
You don't like it, actually.
You got 1 briefcase, 1 Dorito, and a briefcase. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, next up we have Hardened Tactician, 1 generic and an Orzhov. Or if you're not familiar with Magic the Gathering, Orzhov is white and a black. So 1 generic, white and a black. Creature, human warrior. It says, pay a generic, comma, sacrifice a token. What's it called? A colon? A dot. I don't know what it's called.
It is a colon.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Anyways, 1 generic, comma, sacrifice a token, colon, draw a card, and it's 2/4 for 3. Good stat line. It all adds up to 6, which is double 3. That's how I look at it. I'm just weird, but pretty good card for, we were just talking about Teysa. This goes in Teysa automatically.
Yes, but I'd rather be sacrificing the actual creatures. I don't want to sacrifice my tokens.
Yeah, that's true, but Teysa's good.
Yeah, I'd feel a lot better about it if it was not a human and it was a vampire. But that's
true.
Just for flavor.
That's just for flavor. I like this card personally. If I had an Orzhov token deck, it'd instant slot. Let's get in the first slot right after Soul Ring and Arcane Signet.
I could see where the value's there. I just feel a little bad sacrificing my tokens when they have Vigilance and Lifelink.
Well, yeah, you swing with them, and then second man, you're like, I only have 2 cards in hand. Looks like I got to pay 5 and draw 5.
If I have the ability to recur my, Revelark from my graveyard, then I'd be doing this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd just be able to keep bringing them back. And then,
but if it wasn't sacrifice a token, right? If it was sacrifice a creature.
Right. If for that to happen, I would have to have one of my sack outlets out.
Oh, yeah.
Astronauts or something.
Keep doing that over and over again.
Yeah, because if I sacrifice the Revelark to Astronauts and I can get like a Devotee back in, then sacrifice him out again, then I'm gonna have 4 colorless floating there, and I'll get 2 triggers on my death trigger for the Devotee, getting 2 1/1s. Right. So then I can just infinitely do that type of loop, just kind of pulling them back and forth.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this card seems good. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just generic Orzhov good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just giving it like a cinder block, a briefcase, and a Dorito. Or 2 chickens and a duck.
Yeah. 2 burritos and a Dorito on top of that for a
I guess 2 burritos and 2 burritos, a chicken, and a duck would be pretty good.
Yeah, sounds like Thanksgiving.
I think that sounds pretty good. So, if you're not following, that's around a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that normal scale. All right, next up, Sarek, Elusive Hunter. This is 2 and a green, legendary creature, human warrior. This spell cannot be countered. Trample. Whenever a creature you control, where a creature spell you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card. This is a 4/3 legendary creature. I think I already said that. Has a good stat line. 3 mana, 4/3. Can't be countered with trample, and then the extra draw is just pretty good. I'm thinking about putting this in Selvala Heart of the Wilds. Not sure if it's going to be good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like this card.
Well, okay, so here's my thought. I play this card. It can't be countered, but then if somebody tries to target one of my things, I draw a card. It is very I don't know. I like it. For some reason, I like it. And I don't know why. Because, a lot of my stuff gets targeted for removal. And, it getting targeted, replacing itself is good to me. Because, then I'm not down a card. We're at parity.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the art.
Well, the art's kind
Maybe
of.
this isn't the final art. We'll see what the final art is.
Maybe there's other arts.
Nah, no good.
Maybe there's other arts, man. Hold on, let me check.
I like the fact that it's 3 mana and he's a 4/3. That's pretty much the only thing. Nope, that's no better.
I don't know, man. That's pretty good.
That's bad.
It's pretty good, dude. Come on, that looks pretty good. He's like, ah.
That's bad. That's really bad.
He's got like elk
horns off of his shoulders.
Off of his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like the arts either.
Yeah.
I don't like the art either, but I like the card.
Maybe I'm just a little weird, but if a card's, even if it's like fringe good and the art's bad,
You don't like
that's
it?
like somebody putting white border lands in their deck. That does not look good. Yeah. It didn't look good.
White border lands are my favorite.
No, it's not. You got all the Theros now.
I like the
that's fine.
Theros lands,
Yeah.
but white border lands, if they're all matching, they look pretty good.
I like the retro lands. Those are different. They
No,
hit
I like the
different.
white border like 7th editions. The ones that kind of look like Guy's Cradle. They're good.
No.
He's saying no, but they're good. Just look them up.
No, because like most card sleeves now have like a black back border to them. So then you got that white, and then it's black, and then you got the color of the card, and there's just too much going on. It's too busy, and it's not a good look.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Anyways, this card, 2 Doritos.
You're giving it 2 Doritos?
3. I'll give it 3 Doritos just because of the mana cost.
We might get copyright for saying the word Dorito.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Sue us, I guess.
2 corn chips.
Those are quite copyright too. All right. Anyways, I'd probably give this a center block and a briefcase.
What about a tortilla?
Or tortilla.
No, tortilla.
A tortilla and a briefcase?
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that's fine. Cheese flavor tortilla.
Yeah. You remember like the mac and cheese stuffed like they had like they were like I don't know if they were mac and cheese, maybe they were nacho cheese stuffed like Doritos, like the pizza pockets, pizza rolls.
Never had it.
They were like yay big, like this big. They were like nacho cheese flavor, and they were like Doritos. They're like Doritos Locos, like flavoring, and then they have like nacho cheese inside of them, and they were like pizza rolls. They were from Totino's.
Yeah, I never had that.
No,
I wasn't spoiled enough as a child. It's fine.
well they came in like a box, and there was only like 10 of them, and it was like
That makes sense.
$10.
Yep, that probably is accurate. Yeah.
Dude, you lived off popsicles and like
Popsicles were cheap.
you lived off popsicles and like Mountain Dew when you were a kid.
No Mountain Dew.
Popsicles and orange juice.
Yeah.
That was your diet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I survived mostly.
You're here.
Yeah. Not mentally, but physically, I'm here.
You're here. Anyways, yep. 2 chickens and a duck. I think the card's okay. I'll probably run it.
Ah,
All right. Well, that's the wrong card. I done messed it all up.
he went clear back to the beginning. This guy. There
All right.
we're at.
Next up, we got Arbor Adherent, 3 generic and a green. Creature, dog, druid. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Or tap, add X mana of any 1 color, where X is the greatest toughness among creatures you control. That's a 2/4. So 4 mana, taps for 4. And that's a dog. I put it in here because it's a dog druid and the art's kind of cute.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's pretty much Savala, except for better.
No,
But
he's
he's not
Savala.
legendary.
Savala, but worse.
What do you mean worse?
Savala can draw you cards. Savala taps for power. He doesn't require the extra mana to put into him.
Yeah, but a lot of the time your toughness is similar to your power.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
What if you build a wall deck?
oh, this would be great in a wall deck.
That would
I think
be
this actually comes
great.
in the wall precon.
Yeah, it's got to. That'd be sweet.
This card, I like this card a lot.
Yeah.
I might try it in Savala as like another, because I play Karametra's Acolyte, which is, if Karametra's Acolyte by itself will only tap for 1 mana, which obviously you're not going to have Karametra's Acolyte by itself, because why would you do that? But if we're comparing 1 to 1, just if we just have like Arbor adhere on the battlefield versus just having a Karametra's Acolyte on the battlefield. I'd rather have this on the battlefield. This at least taps for 4.
Yeah.
And Karametra's Acolyte only taps for 1 by itself.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah, that's pretty solid.
This can go infinite with 0. You only have to activate Umbral Mantle to make this go infinite. You just tap this with Umbral Mantle on, untap it, untap, tap, make infinite mana and win.
Yeah, and if you had something that whenever you tapped a creature, it deals damage in the
Yeah, you're
deck,
chilling.
that would be solid.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have Legolas's Quick Reflexes deals damage to creatures. You can board wipe everybody.
Yeah.
You can't kill them.
Every turn, just no, you don't get to that.
Well, Legolas's
No,
Quick
you don't
Reflex, it's
get
an instant, so it only for the into a turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. I'm giving this card two Cinder Blocks and a Dorito.
All right. 2 center blocks. And I don't know. I'm going more 2 center blocks and a briefcase.
You think so?
Yeah, I really think this is on par with a Savala. Like,
Sunfalla-esque.
yeah.
I just like it because it's a dog. I'll buff it up to 2 Cinder Blocks and a briefcase because it is a dog.
The art's not as bad on this one. I mean, it's not great, but
it
he
is a
kind of
DD.
looks like a Wolverine.
I think it's a German Shepherd mixed with a I don't know. I'm trying to zoom in there. I think it's a German Shepherd mixed with like a
Panda bear.
panda bear. Yeah, kind of looks like what
Yeah.
it looks like. It's got like a weird face, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks like AI generated.
Let's not talk about it.
All right, moving on. All right, we got Bone Carn Butcher, 1 generic and a Mardu. We got a creature demon, mobilize 2. When this creature attacks, create 2 tap and attack and 1/1 red warrior creature token, sacrificing at the beginning of the next end step. Attacking creatures you control have death touch. 4/4. Honestly, don't know why I put this card on the list. I think it might have been a misclick. But I thought it was cool because it got death touch.
Yeah, that's solid. I don't know though, man. I mean, you're gonna have 3 critters coming at somebody, but who's gonna block the 1/1s? It's just gonna get through, and then they'll probably block him, kill him because they don't want to deal with the 1/1 situation.
I mean, it's probably good if you have a bunch of tokens out and about to swing with a bunch of them. They don't have no good blacks. No.
I mean, who's running tokens in that color?
You know, just about everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
About everybody, man. I don't know, man.
Oh.
My mom Boomhauer.
Is that who that is?
I don't know, man. I'm just
I
making
kind
up
of figured. Yeah, I kind of figured that makes
sense.
that type of noise.
All right, 1 Dorito. Moving on.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
All right, we got probably my favorite card from the set.
Yeah, it's a 1 Dorito.
You think it's 1 Dorito?
No.
This is One
Definitely.
Direction. All right. This is Codis the Fang Keeper. 1 generic and a Sultai. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know the color combos, Sultai is black, green, and blue. So 1 generic, black, green, blue. Legendary creature, Zombie Warrior, indestructible. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of your library, or their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from them without paying their mana cost. It's a 2/1. It's a 4 mana 2/1 with indestructible with a villainous wealth.
Yeah, you get through with this. This is going to be hilarious.
This is gonna be great. You know what you do? You cast Berserk and you pay 30 life, and you swing in, and you hit for 32, and you cast the top 32 spells of the library
For free.
for free.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It's free real estate.
Or what's your one?
Free
Hadamas Climb.
Shavakadu.
Is that what you? That's what you have in your Omnath. The Hadamas Climb, that'll boof you up, and you got flying, so you're
Yeah.
just gonna be ramping them on through.
Well, I was thinking probably so. There's so many ways you can possibly build this. There's so many endless possibilities. You can go like steal stuff. You can go like I've built a $45 budget deck on auras. I built a $45 deck on equipment. I built a $45 deck on instants and sorceries buffing, and then I built a $45 plus and plus a counter deck with this. Not in paper, just on Mox Shield.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you just need like a Rogue's Passage anything. He's indestructible, so they're not really going to get rid of him too
Well, you just
easily.
use like Aqueous Form, which is 1 blue.
Yeah.
And whenever it attacks, you scry, and then it can't be blocked.
What's Tommy? It's a rogue that allows like
Tetsuko.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be hitting for just 2.
No, but I mean, if you got to hit the minimum, at least you're getting 2 freebies, and you can get some big smacks out of that early.
Yeah, but you can only cast 2 or less, mana value 2 or less from among them, because you cast X or less.
Okay.
So you want to get this guy big.
Yeah.
So you put like Colossification on him, gets +20/+20.
Yeah. Eldrazi Conscription. That's one of
Eldrazi
your
Conscriptions.
favorites. So
Favorite cards, yeah. It gets Annihilator and +10/+10.
yeah. So if you just want the board to scoop up, there you go.
Yeah, you could put Colossus Hammer,
Yeah.
1 mana, +10/+10.
Mm-hmm.
You got to equip it. There's just so many ways you can build this. Either way, I went Enchantment. I think Enchantments is probably my favorite Enchantment Aura because you're in green, you're in blue, so you got a lot of enchantment synergy. You got like all the stuff that cares about casting enchantments.
I'd love to see this guy with just all the swords on him.
That's what I would. Yeah, I've also looked at that. That's
be
also
funny.
expensive.
Yeah.
Like just the swords all together is like $300.
Sure, but
That'd be funny.
You do that to somebody, they're just not going to want to play with you again. That sounds hilarious.
And then you just can sell all your cards because you're never going to have anybody to play with.
That's fine. I mean, we just play, just against ourselves.
Yeah,
Fine.
we just play against each other. So
Well, no, by ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
We occasionally have David over.
Yeah. We get other people talked into it for one time, and then
We get them talked
That's the
in
end
one
of it.
time, and then they're just like, "No, what? No, I'm not going to play anymore." Fun fact: I was playing against a couple of people that do a podcast. Hashtag Brew Review Podcast. Shout out to those guys. I was playing a spell table game, 2 spell table game actually. It was a bracket 2-3. I played Duretti, which we agreed was a 3.
mm-hmm.
I kind of stomped him out. And I felt real bad. I had turn 1 Soul Ring into Iron Mirror, so I had 4 mana on turn 2. So it was turn 2 Duretti.
Okay.
I ended up winning with a Mindslaver loop.
Yeah, no, that just feels bad.
It was like my second time ever playing with him. I was like, man, I'm so sorry. It was like 11:40 at night. We're like, I'm just trying to end this, so I'm just gonna Mindslaver you all.
Oh no. Was that after we discussed that it was a 3?
Yes.
Okay, so at least you felt good about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we said it was a 3. I was trying to talk it up as a 4, but then I was like, you know what, Tyler, you're right. It is actually a 3 because it's bad.
Unless
you do something like
get
I just
some
described.
Solid first hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it gets going, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. And then I played Loot the Pathfinder. The deck that I built from the Finish Line bundle.
Mm-hmm.
I put like 20 cards in it recently. I put Great Hinge and a bunch of different cards in. I played again. I was in seat 2. I was playing Loot. I think Cody was playing Mishra. No. Yeah. Cody was playing Mishra. Laz was playing Elendra. The one that whenever you draw your second card, create a Drake. And then whenever you draw your 5th, give them +X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. And then I think the top left guy, I think his name was Alan. He was playing Ezio, which is a guy from Assassin's Creed. And I won that game off of luck, off of a loot activation. I tapped a red and tapped it and killed somebody for 3 damage, and it was so funny. And then I just had like 5 bounce spells in hand. I just bounced all Cody's stuff to his hand, and I was like, all right, I'm swinging at you.
That feels good. Yeah,
it was good. It's such
a good one.
That's like a 2, strong 2. I know we're not bracketing our decks, but that deck 2. But anyways, Codus the Fangbearer, 3 center blocks, 2 briefcases, and a Dorito. That's how much I love this card.
I put it up there with that.
Now,
I just see a lot of possibilities.
If you think you figured out the number scale, you just realized you didn't. You'll never know.
Do we know?
No.
Oh, I feel like I do.
I feel like I actually do, yeah.
No.
And it's not out of 10. All right, next card.
Let's say what we got on this next one.
This is Magmatic Hellkite. This is 2 generic, 2 red, flying, creature dragon. When this creature enters, destroy target non-basic land card an opponent controls. Its controller searches their library for a basic land card, puts it onto the battlefield tapped. Now, that's where I stopped reading this card. And I was like, oh, this card's bad. 4 mana. But it says put it onto the battlefield tapped with a stun counter, and then they shuffle. So the stun counter is what's cool here. So it enters, you destroy land, and then they get a basic with a stun counter. So they lose out on an entire turn of having a land.
That's rough.
It puts them down a whole mana for a turn. If you do it on your turn, they have to take the stun counter off, and they don't untap it, and then it comes back to your turn, and then they go to their turn, and they finally untap it.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine having this happen to you if you just missed a land drop?
Dude,
on turn 4,
yeah.
You're like going into it, and then it just blow your land up,
and then you have 3 mana.
3, and then you go into the next, you don't draw,
yeah,
and then you have 2 coming into turn 5 and 6, and you're like, oh man, I'm done.
Yeah,
you're done.
And imagine you can flicker this thing. Like you're in like a Rakdos reanimate strategy. You just keep flickering this and destroying all their non-basics.
Oh yeah, that'd be awful.
Yeah, I think this card would be good. And then like the mono red dragons that need land destruction, but also don't want to run a land destruct, like a single target land destruction card, run this dragon instead. Like you don't want to run your what's it called? Strip mine, run this magmatic halkite instead. It is 4 mana, but it is a dragon. So
yeah,
you know.
That's a fun one in a nasty way.
Yeah. We don't mind single target land destruction. I think it's necessary in every single deck. I feel like if you don't have land destruction, like there's guys, Cradles, Cabal Coffers, Urborgs.
Yeah, as long as it's not repeatable land destruction, that's a little rough. But that's what we're talking about, a little bit of repeatable.
Yeah, if you can recur this thing over and over again and just...
Oh, boy.
Yeah, like a Conjurer's Closet.
If you want someone to hate you, you found the way.
Yeah. I will find the way to make people hate me.
Yeah, this is the one that you don't take to the game shop and just torment people.
Yeah, this would be funny.
Or if it's like you're out of town, like you just went out of state for some reason on vacation, you brought the deck with you. You go to their local game store and you just show them what's up with this.
Yeah, you just like flicker it a bunch.
By the jacket. Yeah.
I'm going to take my Decker Bloom deck to like a game store down in Florida or something.
Yeah.
It is like, hey, I'm just playing my 4.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. I'm giving this like 5 Doritos and a briefcase. That's how I'm feeling about this one.
3 briefcases and 1 corn chip with some cheese sauce on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What type of cheese sauce? Like some
like
cheap shit?
No,
cheap stuff or like some good gourmet stuff?
Some spicy
like
cheese.
Habanero.
Yeah, a little habanero, spicy cheese. Yeah.
Goofy goobers. All right, we're moving on. Boom. We got Steward of the Harvest, 3 generic and a green creature, human druid. When this creature enters, exile up to 3,
There
up to
you
3.
go.
I couldn't speak. Up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard. And then it says, creatures you control have all activated abilities of all land cards exile with this creature. And it's a 3/3. So now imagine you're sitting at a table. You got an Orborg, Tomb of Orborg, whatever the heck it's called. You have a Cabal Coffers.
Yeah.
Somebody destroys your Cabal Coffers. And you're like, all right, well, I got all these 2/2 zombies out from my Necro Bloom. I'm going to play Steward of Harvest. I'm going to exile Cabal Coffers. I'm going to exile Nyx the Shrine of Nyx. I'm going to exile, I don't know, what's another one? Freaking Strip Mine or something. I don't know.
You got like Stronghold Coffer too that you can do.
Cabal Stronghold or something.
Phyrexian Tower.
And then now you say you have like 5 zombies. That's an average of how many zombies I have out with Necro Bloom. 5 zombies. I'm tapping all 5 of these zombies. I have 6 swamps. So I'm making 5 times 6, whatever that is.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
30 mana.
30 mana.
It's all right. That's okay. That's a little kid mana right there.
I mean, that's a good amount of mana for just a 4 mana thing. I think this is good. I mean, yeah, Necro Bloom, I want to be recurring my lands, but if I can exile my freaking Cabal Coffers and make all my zombies Cabal Coffers, I'm going to do it.
The thing is, yeah, I don't know. That'd be rough exiling your Cabal Coffer.
Well, yeah, but if you want to, like, this is like, I'm going to win this turn. I need a lot of mana to do it.
If you have something locked in for like the win right there, yeah, then I think
this is like I just need this amount of mana to win. I need 30 mana to win.
Yeah,
I can only make 10. All right, I'm gonna play the Steward and I'm gonna make 30 mana.
Yeah,
I think that's good. And it's all creatures, So say you have 5 zombies, you have Necro Bloom, and you have probably like a ramming up excavator or something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
You tap, you know, we know you see the vision. If you don't see the vision, I'm sorry.
I mean, you can have a game ending type of thing in your hand with 30 mana and just knock it out right there. So
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
it
feels a little bad exiling the Cabal, but I can see where it has the value.
Yeah, like I think it's good.
All right, 3 blocks of cheese.
3 blocks of cheese in a briefcase.
Yeah.
I would say more like 2 chickens, a duck, and a turkey.
You think it's a whole turkey?
Well, yeah,
No, not a whole turkey.
yeah, half a turkey.
Maybe like a turkey leg.
The drumstick.
Yep. Okay. Drumstick's fine.
All right, we're moving on. We got Ambling Tortoiseshell. I think I skipped a card. No. All right. I didn't. Ambling Stormshell. This is 3 generic, 2 blue, creature turtle, word 2. When this creature attacks, put 3 stun counters on it and draw 3 cards. Then it says, whenever you cast a turtle spell, untap this creature. And it's a 5/9 for 5. This card is only in here because I like turtles.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know. There's just something about it. It's not, the text doesn't hit,
When it attacks, you draw 3 cards.
but also turtle.
It's turtle.
Yeah. And it's got ward 2. We're just slowly stacking towards like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
No, I just wonder how many turtles are. There has to be enough.
Those got to be
make a
like
turtle tribal.
15.
You can do like partial turtle tribal.
There's definitely like the meandering turtle shell.
Yeah,
The one that
there's
whenever
also
it becomes
a turtle
blocked.
god in which set was that? I think it was Ikoria that has the turtle god in there, or like a big old red turtle.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, for sure. You get to go. Is it turtles? Yes,
I don't know if there's is it turtles.
For sure.
All right.
He said, "Let me find this turtle." He's got to.
We're looking up turtles.
Yeah, I think there's at least 15 turtles.
All right, I'm looking
So
up.
then you go
I'm
75
scryfalling
lands.
on turtle right now. Creature. You just type in turtle.
Yeah, it's gonna come up. There's got to be a bunch of turtles. I know
Legal commander.
there's a red one from Ikoria.
Search. There's only 41 legal turtles.
Oh, that's plenty of turtles, man.
So there's Archelos. This is a legendary creature turtle.
All right.
Oh, Kogla and Yadara. This is from March of Machines. It's an ape dinosaur turtle. How about this one? Red green.
I think the
Kogla and Yadara.
Yadara is the red one from the Ikoria set.
You think so?
I'm pretty confident. I didn't know his name, but
we
I was
got the
pretty
Pride
sure
of
it was the set.
Hulklade. Oh, Yadara. Yeah, you're right. It's from Ikaria. Man, how did you know this thing existed?
I like turtles.
I like Twotas too. I think I'd probably build this Bant turtles. I feel like Bant has the most colors.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to color splash in. Yeah.
You're gonna have to find a good turtle.
Who's the commander of that?
I don't know. Just run Morphon.
Morphon. That's what I was going to say.
Do you remember?
He's
Do you
the
remember when
tribal
I
king.
so I had this? Remember that when we used to play Standard wasn't
No.
really Standard.
I mean, it was, yeah.
Remember when I used to play
Legacy
Scuttlegater? Do you remember
I
this
do.
Scuttlegater guy?
I do remember
I remember
that.
Scuttlegater, dude. It's a turtle gator crab. And then I used to play a meandering tower shell. You remember this guy? A 5/9 for 5?
I do.
It's the same guy. It's
Yeah.
the same guy. Check it out. Same guy.
Yeah, he's just looking. He's
He just
looking
got
left
shocked by
instead of
lightning.
right.
Yeah, it's the same art, same guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
Not the
snapping
same
turtle.
art. Not this is from Tarkir. That's from Tarkir. Dude, we figured it out. We cracked it. This is meandering turtle shell. That's ambling storm shell.
Yeah.
They the same mana cost, except this is green.
You sure they're not brothers?
I think they're brothers, dude.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Oh,
They're
dude.
from the same hatch.
Dude, this is Carl and that's
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom and Carl.
Tom and Carl.
Or Jerry.
Yeah, Tom and Carl.
Yeah.
Let me get off my phone. Anyways, I like this card.
Yeah, there's something about it, man.
I'm giving this 3 turtles and a frog.
Yeah, especially if you play a whole turtle deck and you're just untapping this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you're going to remove all the stun counters with like something that takes away counters, boy, you're cooking with fire. I mean, cooking with turtle.
Turtle soup.
Oh, no. Turtles.
Yeah. 2 shells and a toenail.
2 shells and a toenail.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good rating.
I know.
All right, we're moving on. I just have this in there because it's a turtle. Next, we have Beator kin to all.
Interesting voice. Continue.
2 generic and an absent.
Oh, you're going to continue in that voice.
White, black, and a green. 2 generic if you're unfamiliar with Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Legendary creature, spirit dragon.
All right.
Flying. At the beginning of your end step. All right, I can't do that. If creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life. Round it up, and it's a 5/7. So it counts for 7 already. All you need is a 3 toughness to get the card draw at the end step.
Mm-hmm.
This is big booty butts tribal or token tribal.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be a fun one.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. Has like a Seaborn Muse effect on if you have 20 or more.
Man, I don't think it'd be hard to get up to 40.
I don't think so either.
I
don't think so either. You play Reese, play some tokens.
Yeah.
The thing is that the thing doesn't create tokens automatically. This is just a payoff for tokens.
Yeah.
Or big butts. But I like tokens more because you can create more tokens than you can big butts.
Right.
Or big butt tokens.
Yeah, or you have abilities like Crater Hoof, which is in this set, where he's going to like be boofing it up. So at the end of the turn, they're going to get smacked. Or you have like Stampede if you have like 10 creatures out. Or well, you'd only need 8 creatures if you throw out like a Stampede.
Yeah.
And then they're all getting +5. So it's going to happen. It's going to
happen. There's a bunch of anthems. You could run Beator kin to all anthems.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm giving this 2 Flappy Birds and a snake.
Okay. We'll go 2 tunnels and a watering hole.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
a pretty good one, dude.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I know.
You think it's that good?
It's got all the synergies there. It's gonna be a fun one.
Jeez, maybe I need to upgrade mine. I think I need to go 3 Flappy Birds and a snake. I think 3 Flappy Birds and a snake. So I'm sticking with that one.
All right.
Pretty good card. We're going next. All right, so we got this card. I think it's pretty cool. Let me explain the new mechanic. It's called Omen. Looks similar to Adventure. I think it has literally the exact same text box.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is Bloomvine Regent, 3 generic, 2 green, flying. When this creature enters, or another dragon you control enters, gain 3 life. It's a creature dragon, if you were unaware. But then it also has a sorcery, Omen, claim territory, 2 generic and a green. Search your library for up to 2 basic force cards, reveal them, put one of them on the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle. And then you also shuffle the card into your library. So don't get it confused with Adventure, because Adventure gets exiled and you can cast it later. This literally gets shuffled back in, and you can play it at a later date if you draw it again. It's kind of like, what's the Approach of the Second Sun, where it gets shuffled 7th from the top, but this gets shuffled in completely. Or like the Eldrazi Titans.
Okay. So am I reading this correctly? You just Omen, and then it goes back to your hand, and you Omen again.
No. You shuffle the entire card in. You get the land into your hand, and then you shuffle the card in.
This card.
Yeah, this card. You shuffle the Bloomvine Regent in.
So you draw it again later, and then you just recast the Omen.
Yep. And then you shuffle it again.
Shuffle it back in.
Yep.
Okay.
Your hair's getting stuck to the mic. It's very majestic.
I have been doing it on purpose. It's great. I like it.
This is great. All right. So, I mean, out of 10 center blocks and a Dorito, I would say it's probably a center block, a Dorito, and a briefcase.
Doing a quick calculation. Yeah, minus a Dorito.
Minus a Dorito? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all in all, it's a good card. I just threw it in here because it's kind of like another Cultivate / Kodama's Reach.
Yeah.
It does search for basic force cards. It's pretty cool.
Recurring version of that, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. All right, we got Meringue River Regent.
I
This
like
is
this.
4 generic, 2 blue, flying dragon creature. When this creature enters, return up to 2 target non-land permanents in his hands. Coil and catch. 6.
What?
Okay, so it's flying. It's a Meringue River Regent, 4 generic, 2 blue, creature dragon, flying. When this creature enters, return up to 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. That's 6 mana. It's a 6/7. Then it has Omen, Coil and Catch, 3 generic and a blue. Draw 3 cards and discard a card. And then you shuffle this card into its owner's library.
Solid.
Very solid. If you need a dragon that does dragon stuff when you need it to do dragon stuff, but you also have a dragon that needs to do draw stuff when it needs to do draw stuff, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's got the bounces. So, and you'd be running this in something where you're able to like blink them around.
Yeah,
That'd be solid.
Who needs to run an unsummon in their dragon deck when you can just run a dragon that does unsummon twice
Right.
for non-land permanents and not just creatures?
Or you just don't have the cards in your hand. Well, guess what? Coil and catch. Now you do.
Coil and catch.
And then just shuffle
Boom.
that back in. Do it again later.
Boom.
Do it again.
Boom.
And again.
Boom.
4 briefcases.
4 briefcases.
Pretty
I'm
basic.
gonna go like 2 chairs and a folding table.
I feel like we're just naming random things in the room.
We're naming random inanimate objects in the room, and we're basing it off a number scale that nobody will be able to figure out.
Mm-hmm. I got this. All right, I'm looking around. All right, I got my scale for the next one. It's fine.
All right, next card. What we got? All right, well, just hit next, and it didn't go. All right, so we got 4 generic and two red. This is Storm Scale Scion, creature dragon, flying. Other dragons you control get +1/+1, and then it also has Storm, and it's a 4/4. I put this on here because Mark Rosewater's Storm Scale is like a thing, like how good an ability is. It's called the Storm Scale, and they named it the Storm Scale Dragon, and it has Storm Scale Scion, and it has Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool.
This thing could be ridiculous.
Oh, it'd be so insane. Imagine I put this in Veyron.
I don't want to.
I think it'd be funny.
Well, it's going to, I'm sure.
I don't think it's going in.
You don't think so?
No,
Yeah, I feel
it'd be
like
a good
it should.
finisher, but I don't need creatures. I just win with Gutter Snipe and Dual Caster Mage Twin Flame.
This would be just so wild.
That'd be insane.
And just do like the most useless spell casting. You're just cantripping just in an Izzet deck, doing nothing but drawing. Do that a dozen times, and then you just throw this guy in at the end of it.
Exactly, and you create a bunch of dragons, and then somebody just Cyclonic Rifts you, and you lose. Or somebody like Ink Shields you when you attack, and you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody Deflecting Palms you, and you lose. Or somebody Rakdos Chimes you, and you lose.
That's all fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
That's fine.
To be fair, I think I'm giving this like
I mean, you're only swinging with 1 dragon at that point, though.
I'm giving this like a 2 wire cutters and a dice tower.
Oh, that's what you were going. I was going
Yeah.
like a Babla Saga hut and 2 goblins.
A Babla Saga cut and 2 goblins.
Yeah, hut.
Cut.
Yeah, well, H-U-T hut.
Hut.
Yeah,
Hut.
yeah. Mama's lasagna hut and 2 goblins.
Babla Zaga. All right, moving on. Stormscale Scion. Good card.
It's
All
good.
right. Next up, we got Colossus.
This is one of the ones that has the double art. I'm pretty sure it has like the little baby boy.
I have no idea. This is
Have
Colossal.
you not seen those?
I have no idea. This is Colossal Grave Reaver. 6 generic and a Golgari, which is a black and a green.
Mm-hmm.
Creature dragon flying. When this creature enters or attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them onto the battlefield, and then it's a 7/6. I like this card. It's a dragon. Probably going in my Dragon deck. Big mana. Big
Costs
boy.
a lot, yeah.
He costs a metric F ton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. But good thing you can cheat them on out for
0.
nothing.
Yeah. Good thing you can cheat them for nothing, especially with the new storm. Yep.
Yeah, and then you also, what are we doing?
I record scratched.
Oh,
couldn't speak.
That's fine. Yeah,
It was
we'll do
accurate.
that. Yeah, and this takes care of all the issues where your opponents just removed all your cool dragons because now they're coming on back to the field.
They have to be put into the graveyard from your library this turn, though.
Oh man, that sucks.
They have to be like from your library.
That's pretty standard. That's me misreading for a second. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways,
Oh.
it's not as good as what you thought. But I'm giving this like, I like this card. I'll probably give it like 2 lighters in a deck box.
What?
Yep.
A lighter in a deck box?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lighter and a deck box over there right next to each other. So
I need something. Yeah, like 2 candles and a box of dice.
2 candles and a nut sack.
Ugh. Yeah, like cashews. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm moving on. So we got Nature's Rhythm. This is an X spell, so it says X and 2 green. And then it says Sorcery. Of course, it's a sorcery. I said that. It says search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less. Put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. It also has worse flashback / better flashback, which is harmonized, and it says X 4 green. So you may cast this card for its harmonized cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by an amount of generic mana equal to its power, then exile this spell.
Pretty solid.
Pretty good.
I like the double search. That's great.
That's good. You can do like 2. You could do like 2 green. Go get like your Dryad Arbor. I don't know. I'm thinking 7 mana. Go get Ashaya. Tap Ashaya to go get something good.
I'm thinking you pay like 10 into it. Go get your, Apex Colossus or Apex Devastator.
Doesn't cast though.
It doesn't. Yeah, dang.
Yeah, because
But-
Cascade is
But
a
with
cast
that,
trigger.
I'm thinking you get something with a lot of toughness, and then you're able to tap that for your harmonize and find something with
Power.
also.
Right. Yeah. You
a
go.
lot of
you
power.
could probably do like you could do like Gigantosaurus.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
search
it's
for
5
like
mana.
you could search for something big. You could do 7 mana and a Gigantosaurus. But I feel like Ashaya is probably better
7 mana Gigantosaurus.
versus a 7 mana
Tap
Ashaya.
that guy, and then go ahead and get your. What you want your? I don't know what you need.
Galta.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the Stampede Tyrant, and then
And
like lay
destroy
down
all,
your whole
drop all
hand.
your creatures. Yeah.
That'd be fine.
That'd be okay.
That'd be all right.
That'd be good.
I'd go with it.
I'd play it.
I don't know if I would, but
I like it.
I would. Yeah,
I would play it.
yeah.
It's better than Green Sun Zenith.
Yeah.
You don't get the Dryad Arbor stuff, but
Man, I took Green Sun Zenith out for Calling Cord.
Cord of Calling.
Yeah.
Ritual. I was like, wait, that's not the card.
No, it's not. That's fine.
Yeah, but I think I'm giving this. This has got to be 3 center blocks, a briefcase, a Dorito, a chicken, a duck, and a lighter.
Yeah, I'd probably
It's
match that just because of the harmonize. That's why there's so many adjectives on there.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite cards in this.
Meh. I mean, yeah, it's
It's
a
boring,
search. It's
but
search. Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
search.
search.
I like it. All right, moving on. We got tipless scales. This is 2 black. No, I'm just kidding. I messed up already.
Doing like the little
What?
like teapot tip, or you're doing a whole scale.
Like, wah.
Yeah, tipping them.
Tap
Okay.
the scales. Okay, this is 2 generic and a black. Sorcery. Sacrifice a creature. When you do, all creatures get -X until end of turn, where X is the sacrificed creature's toughness. So, I like this in big booty booches. Big booty booches decks.
Yeah. Kombucha.
Big booty kombucha decks.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I like this in. But also good if you got Voice of Victory out, that card we were talking about earlier. You sacrifice it hit everything for -3.
Good thing I never heard of that card.
Yeah. Or you could just like, oh, I'm going to tap my Tree of Perdition, make your life 13, make this thing's life 40, sacrifice this thing, everything gets -40,
Yes.
-40.
Oh, yes. It's to go in my Fanex deck.
That'd be so funny. This is
That'd
really
be
good
awful.
for Finnex.
I'd love it.
Consuming Aberration.
Because it's got so many toughness creatures in
It
there.
does have big booty mill. I put this just on here for you, and I was just hoping you'd realize it was good for Finnex.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
It's really good for Finnex.
Cheap and hilarious.
Kills your Finnex, though.
I mean, it is what it is.
I like this. It's like a Toxic Deluge, but you have to sacrifice something rather than pay life. Can be better, can be worse.
It's going in.
It's going in.
Yeah.
Dry.
I mean, it has an island in there, so you can wet it up a little bit.
All right. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything.
2 peninsulas and a hurricane.
You're giving this 2 peninsulas and a hurricane?
Yes.
Dude, what? I'm giving this 2 Californias and an Alabama.
I'll see where that plays out.
Yeah.
You might get like a new studio being built or something there.
Yeah, probably. That would be good. This is good. I like this card. Next card. Boop. We got Rite of Renewal. This is one of my favorite uncommons. This is 3 generic and a green. Sorcery. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player shuffles up to the 4 target cards from their graveyard into the library. Exile a Rite of Renewal. I just like this because it's like Eternal Witness, except for only 2 permanents instead of just 1 card. A lot of times I want to get permanents back, and also target player shuffles 4 cards from their library into their graveyard. It is sorcery speed, which kind of blows. If this was instant speed, it'd be worlds better, but sorcery speed, I like the ability to get 2 cards back. You do exile this, and then you also, if you're like running out of cards in your library, you can choose 4 cards to shuffle back in. So in reality, if you don't have enough reanimation, you could just get 4 cards back into your library.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just got to be your turn.
Right. Yeah, that's what sucks.
That's the rough part.
That's what sucks. That's the only thing that sucks. It is a sorcery. But I like the card.
Yeah, there's a lot of value there. Muldrotha can go in there, get your stuff back. Marin's going to go in there, get your stuff back. Not the creatures, obviously, but you can get back your other stuffs.
Yeah, you get enchantments and artifacts and
yeah, things that people removed that are
lands,
your sack outlets and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Look at this sleepy guy.
It's midnight.
That's fine.
Anyways, I don't really give this.
It's beyond midnight.
I don't give this like a. I don't give this anything good. I'm probably going like 3 Doritos.
1 turkey leg.
1 turkey leg.
Yeah.
No Doritos.
No Doritos.
All right, moving on. We don't really care about this card that much. I just thought it was cool. Hey, we got all the wheels. All the wheels. This is Will of the Abzan. 3 generic and a black. Choose 1. If you control a commander as you cast this spell, you may choose both instead. So the first one says, any number of target opponents, each sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls and loses 3 life. Oh, and lose 3 life? Do they lose 3 life or do you lose 3 life? I don't know.
You.
I think it's kind of worded weird. Anyways, the second one is return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if you control both, it's each player sacrifices a creature besides you, and then you also return something from the graveyard to your battlefield from your graveyard. So it's a 4 mana reanimation spell that also makes your opponent sacrifice stuff.
Yeah.
That's good, right? I think that's a good rate.
Also, they are losing the 3 after reading that quickly. And I'm great at reading things improperly.
Greatest power among creatures that player controls and
I
lose.
tell you what.
It's worded weird.
They're gonna lose 3 because I read it improperly.
Any number of target opponents each sacrifice a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls and lose 3 life.
Yeah, they lose it.
And lose 3 life.
Yep.
Who loses 3 life?
The opponent.
They worded it weird.
If you are the opponent, then you lose the 3 life.
Okay,
however,
I think if it says, I think it would specify and you lose 3 life.
Correct. Wording is key.
Yeah, but this isn't proper English. And lose 3 life?
Listen, nobody said they had like any good AI over there.
That player controls and lose 3 life. Paper. Does that sound proper? And lose 3 life?
No, it's not grammatical.
It's not grammatically correct, I don't think.
They're missing the semicolon.
Somebody who is an English major out there, comment down below if I'm wrong. I feel like this isn't proper grammar.
No,
Lose
it's a
3
run-on
life.
sentence if I've ever seen one.
Right? Any number of target creatures, each sacrifice a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls and lose 3 life. Period.
This one?
It's not bad.
Okay. I was going to say like 2 bowls of hot dog water with all the hot dogs in there.
2 bowls of hot dog water and all the hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 2 bowls of dog water and a bowl of hot dog water without the hot dogs.
Dog water?
Yep. Like you just bathed your dog. It's got stinky dog water.
This isn't that bad.
No, it's not bad. I think it's 2 cinder blocks. No, maybe 1 cinder block in a briefcase.
I was just thinking like there was a lot of value in hot dogs and water because you could eat the hot dogs. I wasn't saying anything about the water itself.
Oh. Water's pretty valuable.
Not after you had hot dogs bathed in it.
All right. What do you think of this card? Think it's good or bad?
Good.
All right. Next card. We got Will of the Just Guy. Probably my favorite from the cycle. This is 3 generic and red sorcery. Choose one. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both instead.
Mm-hmm.
We are not going to be reading that part anymore. We are just going to read the name, the mana cost, and the commander part doesn't matter. Just assume if it's a will, it says that. Okay. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. So if you get both of these, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
If you get one of these, it's really bad.
It's awful.
Yeah. Like you really just want both of these, I think.
I mean, wheeling is okay sometimes, but a lot
if you
of times
have
when
9 cards in hand, then you only
Yeah.
draw 5.
That's what I was
But if you
gonna
have
say, a lot
3
of
cards in
times-
hand and you draw up to 5, that's good.
yeah, you're
It
wheeling.
depends on
you
how
have
many
a
cards
ton.
you have in hand.
You
how
want to
many-
wheel and get a value out of it. You don't want to wheel and
Right? Yeah, you
Neg
want
for yourself.
No, you don't want to do that.
yeah.
But I actually like this card because if you're playing it in Veyron, you may choose both instead, but you just give all your stuff flashback.
Yeah, and if you have your 1,000-year storm out, then it's going to happen multiple times. Hilarious. Because it's each player, so you could just absolutely wreck somebody's
It's
deck.
May though. It's May though. It's May. They may.
But if you do that to yourself also, then all that's going to the graveyard and you have your...
That's what exactly I mean. Like you get all your instances in the graveyard and then you flashback them all.
And you get like your, what is Stormkin? Little dwarf out there creating all your treasures as
Then you
those are
just
hitting and
flashback
copying.
cast all of the
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, and the whole...
They all
you
get
just
X
play your
out
whole
of it,
library.
but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you played your whole library. If you didn't
should
win,
you suck.
what are you doing? Yeah.
You would have to pick a number. You'd have to draw just enough to not deck yourself though.
Right.
So
That's fine.
all in all, I give this like 2 swords and a shield.
I like it.
What are you
like it.
thinking?
Yeah, maybe 2 axes.
2 axes and that's just it?
Yeah, and a shield.
And a shield?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So we got Will of the Sultai, 4 generic and a green. First one is target player mills 3 cards, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And then the second one is put X +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of lands you control. It gains trample until end of turn. So if you do both, you mill 3 cards and then you return all lands. And eventually, if you're playing a deck that cares about lands in the graveyard, I'm going to return about 20.
Yeah, or if you're playing your Necrobloom.
I'm going to return 35.
Yeah, because you just blew up all
And
your
then-
lands
And then
with an
Necrobloom is
Armageddon.
going to get plus 35 in trample.
Mm-hmm.
For 5 mana, this is probably like overcosted. But if you get to choose both, it's great.
Yeah.
If it's
Oh,
5 mana and
man.
you only choose one, it's kind of awful. If it's 5 mana and you choose both, this is great.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
any of the
liking this card
wills.
a lot.
you're going to want to have the commander out. It's got to be.
You're right. It's just good. You know, I'm gonna give it a round of applause for how good this card is.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, one of my favorites out of the colors.
What are you thinking?
For this?
Yep.
It is a whole bookcase.
A bookcase.
Yeah.
So you just went off the object behind us.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got to keep them guessing.
You know, I'm thinking two lampposts and a wheel,
That's not a wheel. I like
Nope.
it though.
but it's okay. I think we forgot to turn the dehumidifier off. You know.
I'm not worried about that.
They're just gonna hear it the whole time.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I can do like a timeout and run over and do it, but it is
It's not worth it. All right, 2 center blocks and a Druido. I like this card. It probably needs more than that, to be honest. All right, we have
Prenomination.
Perination. Perineum.
They need some kind of like phonetic library for this one.
I think it's Perination. Perination.
Yeah. Probably.
I think it's Perination. We're going with Perination.
Yeah.
One Perination and under God. Indivisible and justice for all. Is that how it goes? All right. This is three.
know.
This
I
is
don't
3
remember.
generic and an Abzan. White, black, green. If you're not familiar, it's a sorcery. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof and an indestructible counter. So my thought is, you're playing 5-color deck and you got Omniscience in your deck. You mill Omniscience and then you Perennination in it. And then it has a hexproof indestructible count on it. What are they going to do? It's an enchantment. It's hard to get rid of. All they got to do is farewell. Screw you, farewell. Anyways, Perennination, you just Omniscience and play everything from your hand.
Psych Rift.
Yep. Psych Rift. You lose.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, Perennination. I like this card actually. I think it's one of the better cards that I like. It's not good. I don't think. Maybe I don't. You know.
Yeah.
It gets around the 3 blue pips.
Cheap. Yeah. And I mean, you're in green, so there's a lot of big mana costs in that one.
Yeah.
That you get out for 6.
I wish this was a mono green card.
You wish it was just mono green?
Yeah.
Like mono green and costing, yes, yeah, that would be solid. I'd like that probably more than this for some reason.
How unrestricted it is.
I don't. Yeah.
How restrictive it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having the
I don't
3.
have. I don't really have. I have one Abzan deck. I guess I have a Traxa, but I wouldn't put this in a Traxa.
No.
All right. Well, I give this like 2 briefcases and a Dorito.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair. Pretty fair analysis on this.
1 center block, 4 Doritos.
1 center block, 4 Doritos.
Yeah.
That's higher than what I rated it at.
Only slightly.
Just slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't figured out the number scale, let me know. You'll figure it out eventually.
It changes from
Trust me.
day to day.
All right. So we have Will of the Teamer. This is 5 generic and blue. So the first one is create a token that's a copy of target permanent. It's a 4/4 dragon creature with flying in addition to its other types. And the second one is target player draws cards equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. So it is target player. You can choose somebody that has 9 cards in their library and make them draw 9 and lose the game. Or I guess 8 cards.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny. But I do like, if you have your commander, you do both. So you create a 4/4 of your best thing, and then you also draw cards equal to your highest mana values for 6 mana. I think it's pretty good for 6 mana. And it's a lot of mana, but it's sorcery, so you can't say much about it.
I'm struggling to like it. It's blue, but I'm struggling.
Struggling to like it. Draws the cards, creates a token. What more can you ask for? If it was an instant, it'd be like
you just
10
gotta have
times better.
something as far as like mana value goes, you need something expensive out.
Here's my,
And
if you have
you're
like
in
a
blue, so there's not a whole lot of.
if you even have
really
like a
big
5
stuff.
mana cost, well, you're probably not running this in mono blue. You're probably running this in like Simic or like Teamer or like.
Or your Dragon.
Is it? Yeah. Or
If it's
Dragon.
an Dragon, I mean,
You just make a copy
Yeah.
of your Hellkite Tyrant or whatever the heck it is, or your what's it called? The one that enters and deals damage. Terror of the Peaks.
yeah.
Just create another Terror of the Peaks.
Be
All right. 2 center blocks.
1 burrito with a Dorito inside it.
Okay, so like the cheesy gordita crunch.
No. No. Too crunchy.
Okay. All right, next card. We got Death Begets Life. 5 generic and a soul tie, which is a black, a green, and a blue. Sorcery. Destroy all creatures and enchantments. Draw a card for each permanent destroy this way. This is 8 mana. This is a lot of mana.
A lot.
But if you're destroying all the creatures and enchantments, you might be able to draw like 30 cards.
That'd be a lot. Oh my gosh.
This is 8 mana though.
Yeah.
but it might just win you the game.
Also, you could be just holding this in your hand all game long, just hoping somebody's going to go off. And then they do go off, and it's a sorcery.
And you lose.
So you didn't actually get to use the card because it's a sorcery.
You're right. That's why we got to give this like a briefcase.
Yeah.
But in theory, it reads good, but it's just so much mana.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just hard stopped at the sorcery cost.
Yeah, like if it was an instant, dude, this is insane.
It would be as restrictive as it is, as much mana cost as it takes to get it out there. It really should be an instant. It'd make a lot more sense.
It'd be good.
But
That'd
no.
be the next Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like, go to your turn, have 30 cards in hand.
Oh,
Boom.
You made yours lining up to have a good day.
And then you Parination Omniscience and you win.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I mean, like a briefcase and a Dorito.
Yeah.
In theory. It looks good, but it's probably not.
Yeah.
If you're playing Sultai and you don't really have a way to get rid of enchantments, but you're in green, but blue and black really don't have a good way to get rid of enchantments. But if you need this and you want to draw a bunch of cards, go for it. Run it. It's 8 mana, but we ain't gonna tell you no.
I won't. I'll play against this all day.
That'd be funny. If you manage to cast this and draw 50 cards.
I mean, you're gonna get it every once in a while when this is gonna work out.
It's
but
gonna
I
be
think
so
it's gonna
good for
be
you.
like 70% of the time it's not gonna be
It's gonna
working.
sit in your hand and do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Where did the instance? So this is what I put on there. I like it's like Skull Clamp, but it's like not. This is Desperate Measures. This is 1 black instant. Target creature gets +1, -1 until end of turn. And when it dies under your control this turn, draw 2 cards. It's a one-time use Skull Clamp.
No.
Dude, I think it's usable.
Yeah.
It's 1 mana, draw 2 cards. That's like 2/3 of an Ancestral Recall.
All I could do is laugh at this thing.
Dude, I think it's good.
You don't. I don't know, man.
I mean, Village Rites is better, right?
Yeah.
But like, look, okay, so you can play this, and then there's something somebody absolutely has to block and kill.
Yeah.
You play this on it, like so you swing with something, right? And somebody blocks their Death Touch creature. Response: you cast this and you draw 2 cards.
Okay.
You don't expect them to block, so it's a reactive thing. It's not you're not gonna just do it for funsies. It's a reactive thing. Like,
Bro, you do it for funsies.
I would do it for I would do it for funsies. I would 100% do it for funsies.
That's why I'm laughing so much. I foresee this happening.
I mean, it's just a 1 mana thing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just cast it out of nowhere.
I'm ready for it.
Like when I'm dying.
Yeah, it's gonna
last
be like
leg.
one of those spite things. Just like, oh yeah, well, watch me do this.
Yeah, to their creature and not draw the cards. All right. Well, you know, I got to give us 1 Dorito, but just because I like the card, I think it's like 17 briefcases. But
Man, I'll give it 2 Doritos. It has a fun factor to it.
yeah. All right. So next up we have oral.
Rural procession.
My brain read the U and the R together, and it said it. Anyways, a rural.
Here we go.
A rural.
Yeah, it's a rural. A rural.
It's like you're trying to be a dog.
A rural.
A rural.
A rural
A rural.
procession.
Procession.
Yeah, we got this. It's an instant. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Hey, look, I can read.
Holy crap. This guy never went to school to read.
Yeah, I didn't.
Look,
I didn't go
he
to read.
He didn't even read the mana cost. So this is a green and a blue. So Simic. Instant return target card from your graveyard to your hand. So this is
It's all right.
This is good. It's better. It's 2 mana Balagate Recovery, 2 mana Eternal Witness, it's 2 mana Regrowth.
Yeah.
It's good. It just goes into Simic decks though, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's good though. If you're running Simic and you need another type of effect like this, go for it. It's probably the one you want. Instant speed.
Yeah.
Does good stuff.
Uncommon.
Uncommon.
Solid.
Good.
Yep. Cheap.
All right.
Let's go.
4 Doritos.
3 briefcases.
Okay. Next up.
Okay.
We got Coordinated Maneuver. This is choose one. Coordinated Maneuver deals damage equal to target or equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker, or destroy target enchantment for 2 mana. I just like modal spells, and it's a common.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just says,
no.
it's kind of bad.
Leave my enchantments alone.
It's bad. It's really bad. But it's like a I guess like if you don't need the artifact removal, it can destroy a creature or a planeswalker.
Yeah.
This in theory, this says destroy target creature or planeswalker or enchantment.
I think it's all right for 2 mana cost. It's
an instant speed.
a lot of the time you're wanting to get rid of everything, but if you don't have the ability, this is nice. Just get rid of 1. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you have like Swords of Plowshares, things like that cost 1. You're exiling.
Yeah,
This
but
is
you don't
just
get a destroy target enchantment though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stroke of Midnight's probably better, which is destroy target non-land permanent. They get a 1/1. But I just thought I'd put this on here as like an honorable mention because I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Probably 2 Doritos.
Yeah. I'll agree with that one.
Yeah. Next up, we got Heritage Reclamation. This is another card I put in here because it's a power crypt return to nature. So this is Heritage Reclamation, 1 generic and a green instant. Choose 1, destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, or exile target card from a graveyard and draw a card.
Yep.
Return to nature, but power crypt, same mana, instant, and instead of exiling the card and just exiling it, you also get to draw a card, so it replaces itself.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to choose that option, but you can also just destroy an artifact or enchantment.
Yeah.
I like the availability. I give us like 3 Doritos.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Better than the white for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a common. All right. Then we have Seize Opportunity. This is 2 generic and a red. Choose 1. Exile the top 2 cards of the library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards, and then you can up to 2 target creatures each get +2/+1 until end of turn. And this is much better than all the ones we just talked about. This is card advantage. This is buffing.
Yeah.
I think most of the comments that I put in here are coming from me are coming out of my brain because of Pendragon. I think these cards are probably good in Pendragon. But
yeah.
I mean, this is good in Pendragon, but I might actually run this in a actual deck.
You have a common that's telling you to choose 1.
You might as well just run it. Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, I think this card's good. Like I'd probably actually put this in an EDH deck.
You could, depending on what you're trying to do.
If you're playing, like,
I mean, you're cheating the top 2 off that you'll be able to
until your next turn.
Through. Yeah.
And then you can also buff 2 target creatures. +2/+1 is nothing to laugh at.
No.
You put this on Feather.
Get out of here.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah, because you just return it. It's fine.
2 target creatures. I don't think they have to be different. So you can give something +4/+2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up to 2.
Oh, it is up to 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to stick with
all right.
individuals.
Center block maybe.
Yeah, center block's fine.
Center block Dorito maybe. I like this card. If I copied a bunch with a Varen, I could probably do this silly stuff.
I put it on par with the green.
All right. So next up we have Will of the Mardu. This is an instant. 2 generic and a green, or 2 generic and a green. 2 generic and a white. Create a number of 1/1 red warrior creature tokens equal to the number of creatures target player controls. Or Will of the Mardu deals damage to target creature equal to the number of creatures you control. Personally, I think the token part's better. I don't really know if I like this card at all.
It's the worst of the wills.
I feel like it's got to be, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't care for this one very much.
Yeah, I'm giving this a Dorito.
Which is hilarious that it's below what a common was. Sometimes it be that way.
Maybe it's like a Dorito in a briefcase.
Nah, I'm fine with your Dorito.
I'm just if it's a rare, like I think, like if you shifted this down the common, yeah, it'd probably be better than that common. This is a rare. This is like going to be taking up the rare slot in decks. Well, it's printed in the commander set, so probably not, but still. Anyways, moving on. We got New Way Forward. This is one of my new favorite cards too. So New Way Forward, 2 generic and a Dress Guy, which is a blue, a red, and a white. It's an instant. Next time a source of your source would deal damage to this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, a new forward deals that much damage to that source's controller, and you draw that many cards. This is great. This is a Jeskai Ink Shield.
Yeah, it's super deflecting palm.
Yeah. Did I already say that you draw that many cards?
You did.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I say super deflecting palm.
So if somebody's swinging, it's 5 mana though. So if somebody's swinging a 15/15, you'd be like, that source not dealing damage to me. You're taking 15. I'm drawing 15. Right. Screw you, bud.
So deflecting palm, you got your Boros, and then you got your drawing separately. That's where you're paying in the 2 blue or the 2 generic and the blue.
Yeah. It's just deflecting palm, but adding on a quick study.
Yep.
Or divination.
Yeah, solid.
I like this card. I'm probably giving this 3 center blocks.
Yes.
I like it.
We'll do 4 briefcases.
If you can copy it in like a Jeskai deck and like choose multiple sources.
Oh.
And just kill somebody outright.
Yeah.
So they're swinging at you with like 7 10/10s.
Mm-hmm.
And you copy it 7 times. You'd be like, that one. I'm going to draw 70 cards. You're taking 70.
Mm-hmm.
Or split it up. That's that source's controller.
Yeah,
so.
it has to be to them. But I mean, you can hit them multiple times and they're done.
Yeah, they're done. They think they're gonna kill you. Well, I got 5 mana open for you, bud.
They're like, I'm just gonna hit them for 10. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Copies it 7 times. Yeah.
So all right. Next up, boom. We got this artifact equipment, Dragon Blade. I don't know why I really put this on here, but this is Dragonfire Blade, one generic artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has hexproof from monocolored, and it's equipped for. This ability costs 1 less to cast for each color of the creature it targets. So I liked this because it is cool for Codis.
It's all right for that.
It's 1 mana play, 1 mana equip, gets +2/+2 and hexproof.
I mean, there's a ton of monocolor out there in any
Swords to Plowshare, Path to Exile, Generous Gift, Deadly Rollick. I mean, all the good removal is single target, and it's mainly monocolored. I mean, we got Assassin Trophy and Preachify and Abrupt Decay that are all 2-colored, but a lot of the single target removal is just monocolored. So this gives you the protection. Sure, you'd rather just have hexproof, but for 1 mana, equip 1 on a 3-color creature, it's pretty good. And if the creature is 4 colors, that's 0. 1 mana, equip 0, +2/+2, hexproof and monocolored. I'm playing that any day of the week.
Yeah. I mean, at a minimum, most of the time, you're only going to be paying 2 for this to get the equipped out there. So
yeah. So this card, I'm giving this like I don't think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I don't think it's bad.
No.
This is like I'm giving this like 2 burritos.
Go 2 cheese puffs and a center block.
2 cheese puffs and a center block.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty good.
No.
All right, next card. This is probably our last one. So, oh no, I got a bunch of enchantments we got to go through. So we got Hollow Mark Siege. This is a siege. So this is Golgari. So as it enters, choose Sultai or Abzan, and then Sultai whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. We have Abzan. Whenever you attack, put a +1 counter on target attacking creature against menace until end of turn. So this is the I don't know. I like the Sultai part. That's cool. You draw cards. We're just gonna go quick fire. I'm giving this a center block.
Center block. Okay. You put me on the spot, man. 2 briefcases. That's fine.
Do you like this card at all? The attack's cool. You get a counter on it and against menace. The draw's cool. I wish it could happen more than once though.
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm rating it so low.
Yeah. Like center block's really low.
Yeah.
So, next one. We got Frostcleave Siege, probably one of the better ones. It's 1 generic and a as this enchantment enters, choose Jeskai or Teamer. Jeskai, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. We have Teamer, creature you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste.
Yeah, so this one can go infinite pretty easily.
Infinite? I don't think it goes infinite.
You don't think so?
No, it doesn't go infinite. There's no infinite here.
Okay. Sorry.
If when it deals it's combat damage.
Yeah.
You were thinking of Nib Mizzet.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, no, it doesn't go infinite with Nib Mizzet. But the Teamer is cool stuff. It gives it haste. So, and then the top one lets you draw cards. For 3 mana, this is Bite of the Thas is 4 mana, but it's whenever a creature deals combat damage and not one or more. So it does suck for one or more because if you hit somebody with 4 creatures, you only draw 1 card.
Yeah.
But if you hit 3 of your opponents with 1 creature, you draw 3. I'm really looking at the trample haste here. That's what really matters. Trample.
So yeah, that's
Trample
nice.
and haste and is it? I mean, haste is easy to come by in red, but trample and
That's
blue red,
not normal.
yeah. I mean, that's pretty good.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So I'm thinking like 2 center blocks and a Dorito
Yeah.
for this specific siege.
3 briefcases. Final answer.
All right, that's pretty good. We're going next one. We're going Glacier Wood Siege. 1 generic and a I'm blanking on this one. 1 generic and a Simic.
Simic, yeah.
As this enchantment enters, choose Teamer or Sultai. Teamer, whenever you cast an instant sorcery, target player mills 4 cards. We have Sultai. You may play land cards from your graveyard. This is one of the best ones, in my opinion. This goes infinite with Underworld Breach and like a ritual with the top one. Then you can also get a Crucible Worlds effect if you want it for the bottom one for 3 mana. And Simic.
I think most of the time you're going to be picking the Teamer one.
Probably.
But
Especially if you want to wild mill. If you're playing like Teamer stuff with Underworld Breach and Brain Freeze, you can just play a ritual and go infinite.
yeah.
If it creates more than 3 mana, I think.
Right. Not bad.
More mana than it's worth is what I meant. So I think it's good.
1 table with 3 chairs stacked on top.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty solid.
I'm thinking 3 cinder blocks.
Yeah.
It's a bit high, but next up,
Yeah.
we got Windcrag Siege, 1 generic and a Boros. As this enchantment enters, choose Mardu or Jeskai. Mardu, if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Then we have Jeskai. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that gains lifelink and haste until end of turn. Bottom ability, I don't give a flying frick about.
Yeah, that one's
The top ability is what I care about.
It's good.
That is a less restrictive Ishin.
Yeah, that's solid.
If I put this in Ishin, whenever I attack, I get double.
That's 4 triggers.
I think
That's exponential, man.
that's good.
Yeah, I like that. But Jeskai, you might as well just like
Might as well just
take some white out.
Take some white out and white out the hat. I don't think you're ever choosing that.
No one's ever gonna look at that.
Yeah.
It's always the top one.
I mean,
100%.
yeah. So, yeah. I'm giving this like just based off the Mardu one, we're blocking out the Jeskai one. I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh, Ishin's a good card. This is just an enchantment that does that. Harder to remove. I'm giving this like 2 center blocks, a Dorito, and a briefcase.
Okay, I was thinking center block briefcase Dorito.
Wow. I'm much higher on this card than you are.
Maybe 2 Doritos. 2 Doritos.
I like this card for Ishin. I also have an Ishin deck. You don't have an Ishin deck, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where it's really good. Like this would be hilarious in that
Like
one.
literally hilarious.
Yeah, that's gonna happen for
Yep,
sure.
Probably. All right, next we got Baron Steep Siege. This is 2 generic and an Orzhov. As this enchantment enters, choose Abzan or Mardu. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1 counter on each creature you control. And then Mardu at the beginning of your end step. If a creature died under your control, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Probably one of the worst ones.
You think?
I think it's not great. I'm probably putting in Atraxa just for the top part.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's free +1 counters to all your stuff, so why not?
Yeah, and the bottom's it's not the best. Creature
No.
has to have died this turn, and that's not always going to happen.
Well,
And sacrifice
also
is good.
if you are killing off one of your creatures, chances are you have the ability to just kill all your creatures whenever you'd want anyways.
So yeah.
So it's kind of not great.
Yeah. So I'm giving this like a briefcase.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair rating.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Briefcase.
a pretty fair rating. All right, next up. We have Within Range. This is 3 generic and a black enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Then it says, whenever you attack, each opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures attacking them.
I'll tell you what.
That's
I
pretty good.
wish this was in red.
I wish this was in red too.
But
it's
even
not.
being in black, like it's solid.
Put this in Orzhov. Put this in Rakdos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rakdos
Put this
would
in
be a fun
Mardu.
one. Yeah.
I think it's good.
You'd have a good time in Rakdos with this card.
I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. I think it's good. I think it's like 2 center blocks.
Yeah.
2 center blocks good.
2 center blocks with a Dorito squeezed in between.
Like crushed up.
Crushed. Yeah, that's the binding agent.
So it's like a 6.5.
Yeah.
All right. Next up. We have All Out Assault. 2 generic and a Mardu. Creature you control get +1/+1.5 death touch. And then whenever this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you attack next this turn, untap each creature you control. So basically, a extra combat spell is usually around 5 mana,
Yeah.
and
This is a restrictive version of that.
yeah, but it also gives you an anthem, and anthems are around 2 mana.
Yeah.
So this is a 7 mana stuff for just 5.
Right.
It is restrictive, but all in all, I like this card. Like all in all, I think this is a really good enchantment. I'd put this in a lot of decks if I had Mardu colors.
I don't have
I don't have
think I have
barely any Mardu decks. All I
I
have
got
is
one. I got one. Actually, it'd do okay in that one.
Sir Gwyn.
Yeah.
It'd do pretty good.
Yeah.
Extra combat.
Yeah. It'd be
Buffs
solid.
it up. And death touch.
Mm-hmm.
You like death
She
touch.
already hits enough in there, but
Yeah.
I could always use a little bit
You
more.
can always use that extra combat to kill me. All right. I'm saying 2 center blocks and like a briefcase with a Dorito in it. It's crushed up.
Why they always got to be crushed? 2 briefcases, 4 burritos, minus a center block, and then add another briefcase.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to get complex.
Okay. All right. Now if you really thought you knew the number system, you don't anymore.
Good.
Got to keep them guessing.
Mhm.
All right. Next up, what do we got? We got Call the Spirit Dragon. This is a Wooburg. So if you're not familiar, white, blue, black, red, green, enchantment. Just dragons you control have indestructible. Then at the beginning of your upkeep, for each color, put a +1 counter on a dragon you control for of that color. If you put a +1 counter on 5 dragons this way, you win the game.
Easy wins.
Big wins.
Yeah.
Also
I don't think it'd be
indestructible
that hard to
dragons.
do it. Yeah.
It's not hard to do.
No.
I have nothing else to say about this card.
Play big dragons.
Play big dragons,
Get
win
big
game.
wins.
Yep. 2 center blocks and a Dorito.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Next up. We got Dragonback Assault. 3 generic and a teamer. Whenever this enters, deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Little mini board wipe. But I really care about the landfall. Whenever land you control enters, create a 4/4 red dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of mana, but it does do a mini board wipe and create 4/4s. It might go in Omnath.
Yeah, I think it'd do fine in Omnath just because you have so much mana like at your base.
But any other way,
That's
if you're not playing landfall
man.
stuff, this is bad.
Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah. I just, that's one of the reasons why I put it in
It's
here.
one of them niche things that you want to do.
Yeah, that's really all I put it in here for. So, all in all, a briefcase and a Dorito.
I just do a briefcase.
Yeah, maybe.
That's mine.
Maybe a
Yeah.
beef case.
A case of beef. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a beef case. All right, next one. We got Draco Genesis or Draco or Draco. Anyways, 6 generic and 2 red enchantment. You may cast a dragon spells. You may cast a dragon spells. I thought it said a. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana costs.
This card sucks. I'm playing. This card's great.
Okay, so here's the thing. Turn 1, show and tell Draco Genesis. Play Tiamat. Go get 5 dragons.
Yeah.
Play all the dragons. First up, Terror of the Peaks. Second one, Lathless. Third one, thing that doubles all the damage. Fourth one, bigger dragon. Fifth one, big dragon. Win game.
Yeah, you won.
Yeah. Can't do shit about it.
Turn 1, let's go.
Turn one win, Draco Genesis. Easy win.
That's fine.
I'm a sleepy boy.
Yeah, it's getting late. It's fine.
Yep, it is now 1 o'clock.
6 cinder blocks.
6 cinder blocks?
Yeah, this is built like a brick booter house.
This is like 7 ducks, a rooster, and a center block.
And a barn for them to live in.
And a barn.
Yeah.
And yeah. I like this card.
It's also got an egg factory in there, so it's just producing more chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next. Hopefully it's the last card. It is the last card.
Let's go.
This is Mysterized Village land. This land, it is tap it unless you control a mountain or a forest. Tap it for a blue. It's a blue. You can tap this thing, and the next play you cast this turn can't be countered. CDH staple. Not much to say about this card.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
It's the best of the cycle. It's the only one I put on here because all the other ones suck.
I didn't even look at them.
Yeah, that's how bad they are. Probably didn't even recognize they were in here. It's a good cycle of lands. They come in untapped. You control one or the other, but the abilities on them suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see where this is the only one where they could make it decent.
Yeah, it's good.
Green one probably has something to do with trample. Ain't nobody trying to do that.
Which one?
Green?
No, it's tap 4 and surveil 2.
Oh my gosh.
It's awful.
Yeah, no, we'll just stick with the blue one.
Yep, that's all I got to say about this card.
Box of Doritos with a little bit of cheese on there.
Yeah, I mean, this is like 17 center blocks. This card's good.
Yeah.
All right, so time to go to the card of the week.
What we got this week?
We got a card that I like to call Chiron Negotiations.
I like the one from last week. I already added it, so.
Did you actually?
Yeah. People should probably go and check out what it was because it's been added to one of my decks already.
Yeah, so we got Chiron Negotiations. It's up on screen. It's 2 generic and 2 red. Tap and untap creature you control. Chiron Negotiations deals 1 damage to target player.
Oh, you found a fun one for me.
I found a real fun one for you.
Yeah, this is going in Odger.
This is going in Odger. This is going in Goblins.
Oh, man. Yeah, it could be in the Goblins, too.
This is going in so many decks. Jolly Balloon Man.
No, it's not going in there.
That can go in there, though.
It could.
You can put Grafted Exoskeleton. Hey, turn this into a creature. Put Grafted Exoskeleton on it.
I'm not even going to... I'm done looking
That's too
at
much
you.
mana. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this card. There's so many uses for it. Like, so you don't want to, you can't attack because they got a propaganda.
Yeah.
We'll tell them to take a propaganda at this Chiron Negotiations. You know what I mean?
Valid.
Take a propaganda at these nuts. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can.
No, that's fun.
You can.
I
freaking,
just like the ability to just get around people's blockers because that's a
And
lot
their
of the
blockers.
issue when people have tokens that are 1/1s. You just be like, nah, it don't matter anyways because I'm just going to be...
Yep. I'm just gonna
tilting
tap all my
those.
stuff. And it's
I-
basically like attacking.
Yeah.
You can wait for their instep and do it on their instep and kill them.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Playing Boros, you got something that's allowing
And
you
it
to
doesn't care if
flash.
it doesn't care about summoning sickness.
Does not.
So
yeah, because
yeah.
you tap.
Yeah.
They don't. It's not an activated ability. It's
Yeah.
it's a card red ability.
It's great.
Yeah.
You know, just got to give a round of applause for this card.
Mine was a silent clap. Like we're golfing here.
Yeah. So I've always wondered. I have all these crazy things we can do in here. We can do like rim shot.
You went hard on the last one.
I did went hard
Right
on
at
the
the
last
end.
time.
Like my voice is all doing
Like
some
crazy
weird stuff, and
and-
I was like, "Well, that happened.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's fine."
No, yeah.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
Yeah. Okay. We're just
is
gonna
yours
get a
doing
megaphone.
stuff?
I don't know if mine does it. to be honest.
I think it's just this side.
I
It's
think
just
it's
going
just
crazy.
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sucks.
that's fine.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Our voices are dead. Our noise, our number system is dead, and we suck at this.
Well, it's because our brains are dead.
If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, I'll tell you the secret to the numbers. So cinder block is 3.
Oh, he's doing it.
Briefcase, it's 2. Dorito, it's 1.
It was a really hard thing
It's
to
real
figure
hard
out.
to figure out.
Yeah.
The number scale, it's out of 15. But really, it's not out of 15. It's out of 13.
I think it's
Oh,
out of
really?
10.
It's out of 10.
Yeah, it's out of 10. Yeah.
But the highest we go is 15.
Tell me how that makes sense.
It all makes sense in our head. Now, the other random stuff we came up with, there is no number scale to that. That was just random bullcrappery.
Yeah. I mean, we look around the room. We see a lot of things. It's fine.
Yeah. We're kind of just tucked in the corner, so there's a lot of things in front of us. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, 5-star review. Go follow us on Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, Pornhub, Kick, Pinterest.
That longitudinal,
Ko-Fi,
latitudinal thing.
Patreon. Go follow our coordinates. Go follow us on Facebook, Twitter. I can't even. Skype. Go follow us on MySpace.
Yeah, that one. That was many moons ago. That was a good one.
Yep. We're on everything. So hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna put on this music and we're just gonna crank it up real quick. I don't know if that's what it sounds like.
Oh, it's not. No chance.
That's not as close as yeah.
That nice jazzy music.
Jazz.
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 It's close to a different word. We're out of here, boys.
No, we're not.